you want a very easy, so simple life hack to just live an amazing life? Let's find out what it is. Hello! Hi, welcome back.
Hey, baby.
Good to see you. See you, even though I can't actually see you. But you get the idea. Birds are singing. It's been an absolute glorious day here. If anything, being English, you've got to say, oh, it's too hot. I was going to make a video today about bees. Don't worry, all will be revealed later. But then later on the day, I kind of came across this sort of amazing words of wisdom. And I thought, this actually could be a better thing to do today. So, hence, I'm doing that. So what I'm talking about, a life hack that's so easy, and can help you live an amazing life. And it's so ridiculously easy. Well, it comes down to this. As people, humans, us, we will generally choose the path of least resistance. I.e., we do the easiest thing. Almost like predisposed. We're predisposed to do the easiest thing rather than the most difficult thing as a sort of a natural thing. So when it comes to things like motivation, which I've spoken about before, but I just want to bring up again, I personally don't think you can motivate people. I think that motivation is something internal that we all have to a degree, and you either want to do something or you don't. And if you don't want to do something, any amount of motivation externally won't help you to do that. You've got to fundamentally want to do it in the first place. Reading books and watching videos and courses and seminars on motivation and going to see a motivational speaker is all good, but unless you actually want to do the thing anyway, it's not really going to help. And I've been asked a number of times to go and speak to network marketing teams and groups to sort of help to motivate them. And you know, I can talk about various things, but I can't motivate you unless you actually want to do it. In which case, then you need very little motivation to do it because you're already fired up.
So I'm glad we got that straight.
Later.
So when it comes to sort of life and motivation and kind of getting G'd up and doing stuff, there's a couple of schools of thought. One is discipline. So kind of forget motivation, discipline is the way. So that motivation kind of comes and goes, and it's sort of, you know, the ebb and flow of the tide of life and all that stuff. But if you've got discipline and you're kind of very disciplined, then you're going to ride that tide and be able to kind of be more consistent with your execution of things, rather than just only when you're motivated. And yes, I think to agree that's certainly true, it's fine. But sitting, I think, below that is this fundamental thing of we'll choose the path of least resistance. We'll choose the easiest option in any given situation. So how does this kind of come out for motivation and getting stuff done and having a great life? If, for example, you wake up, say, an hour earlier than you need to get up.
Las cucarachas entran, pero no pueden salir.
No, sir, he doesn't like it.
Now, you could get up, obviously, because you've woken up naturally, even before the alarm. Happens to me a lot, I'm sure it happens to you. So you wake up early, and I'm sure there's probably stuff that you could do in that extra hour. Whether it's some home business stuff, or some studying, or some tidying up, cleaning, some exercise, something. But the easiest option is to go,
ooh, I've got another hour of sleep.
Roll over and go back to sleep. Because that's the easiest thing to do. Whilst you're waking up, you're still a bit sleepy, you're in bed, you're cozy, you're comfortable, particularly in the winter when you've got your kind of duvet over you, and it's a lovely feeling to be all snuggled up. The easiest thing is just carry on sleeping. The harder thing is to get up and do something. So naturally, we're more likely to take the easy option, go back to sleep, than get up and do something. When that happens, that thing that you're going to be doing, which is new, which is obviously pushing your comfort zone to the edge, is harder than staying in bed. And we've all done it, we all do it. It's just part of being a human. How can we get around this?
I don't know.
Well, it's so simple. It's so simple. You won't believe how simple this is. But let me get onto the other school of thought, where motivation is the thing. And it's something that I've spoken about before as well, whereas, if you truly want to do something, you'll do it. And you'll find time to do it. You'll stop doing other things to do that one thing. And yes, that's also true, because you're fundamentally going, yes, I want to do this. An example is this: if you hate getting up in the morning and you really consider yourself not a morning person, and work, you'll kind of get up at the last minute, possibly to shower and get to work and all that. But then when you're going on holiday, suddenly you're up super early, you're charged, you're ready to go. Now, why is that? It's still the morning, it still could be exactly the same timeline, and yet for a holiday, you are rocking, you are ready to go. And it's because you want to go on holiday, you're excited, you really, really, really want to do that. Whereas work is a bit, and you're less kind of fired up about it. So the thing with motivation, it kind of comes and goes, and it all depends on whether you really, truly want to do something or not. But even then, you've got to look at the path of least resistance, because if it's then an insurmountable chore to do that thing, it's going to be very difficult to kind of, as much as you're fired up, it's going to be very difficult to kind of go, yeah, I'm going to do it. Oh no, just have a 5 more minutes sleep. Also, this can apply to relationships. It's often easier to stay in a relationship that you're not enjoying, that you're not happy with, that you're maybe being abused in. It's a lot easier to stay where you are and keep the status quo rather than change and move away from that, and because we find discomfort in change, or we like to take the path of least resistance. So staying where you are, not making a change, whether it's going on a diet, getting fit, changing jobs, moving out of a relationship, staying in those things is a lot easier. Whilst it's horrible and uncomfortable when you don't like it, it's easier than making that change. And this is hugely 99.9% why the people who aren't happy in a situation never change it, because it's difficult, it's hard work, and it's just, it's such a big thing. And depending on the situation, that change could be hugely scary. If you've been in a relationship for a number of years, and even if it's sort of abusive and horrible, the thought of just being on your own in the world without sort of a job or anywhere to live and something like that is terrifying. So I totally get why situations like that occur, where people don't leave that relationship because it's the easier way out, and it's sad, but it makes sense completely, because it's less scary, and because it's almost better the devil you know, whatever the rest of it is. It kind of makes complete sense why that happens, why we take the easier option, whatever it is in life. So what is this magic solution? Well, it's so simple that you might just dismiss it, but if you think about it, it makes all the sense in the world, and it could just change your life in a beat of a heartbeat.
Are you ready?
All you have to do is make the things that you really want to do the easier option than the things you don't want to do. So say, for example, you come home from work, you're tired, and you think, I can't be bothered to cook, I'm just going to eat some biscuits or some chocolate or some sweets and just crap, basically, rather than something healthy. Well, if you put all of the crap food kind of in a box in the garage or the top of the wardrobe or somewhere that's hard to get, and in easy reach you put some healthy stuff, healthy snacks or healthy food, then it's going to be easier to eat the healthy food than it is the unhealthy food, because you're going to have to go through all this massive effort to kind of get hold of it. So make the thing that you want to do easier than the things you don't want to do. And that could be literally, anything. The kind of trick with this is just look at your environment, change your environment, whether it's your work space, whether it's in an office or at home or your bedroom or your room, your house, and look at the kind of different items that are in your room and around, and kind of look at a system, sort of just literally list everything, like chair, bed, desk, computer, etc. And then just put down next to it whether it's a neutral thing, as in, does it have no effect, or whether it's a helpful thing or unhelpful. And by looking at the things that are unhelpful, remove them and put them somewhere else, so that when you do want to do something that's beneficial to you, it's easy, those things are there. If you find yourself watching Netflix a lot, and it's almost like a habit, rather than have it permanently logged in, kind of don't have it. So just the effort of having to go in and get your password and log into it is more of an effort than just turning it on. So things like that, just make the things that you don't want to do harder to do. And the things that you do want to do, make them easier or make them more convenient, if that's, you know, a better way. We're taking the path of least resistance, which then is the better thing for us. So it's that kind of thing, sort of change your environment, simple tiny changes, and make the things that you want to do easier than the things you don't want to do, and if anything, make them harder, and move things away, move things out of place, and that sort of thing. And that is the simple trick, and it's so easy to do. As I said, kind of do an analysis of your surroundings, your environment, and see what is helpful, what's not helpful, and change things. It doesn't involve any money or anything like that. Just move things away, put things away, and before you know it, you'll be doing the better things for you, the healthier things, things that are serving you better, making you happy and enjoying life, rather than all the crappy stuff that you know you're doing, but it's because the only reason you're doing it because it's easier.
Yeah, it's gonna rock!
Simple as that. So that's everything for today. Hope you did get some value from this. If you have, please smash that like button so it's nice and blue. If you haven't yet subscribed, remember you'll make my cat, who is a she, not a he, Luna, very, 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 very happy. I can give it a little little chin and make her very happy, and she will meow and she will come on and give you a message if you can subscribe. I would love that, and so would she. But until then, until we get that message from Luna, make sure you subscribe, spread the word to all your friends, get them to subscribe, and their cats, because they might like to meet Luna. And for now, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye. Thanks again for watching, guys. I really, really do appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure you do so down here, and check out my other video down here. Remember, live your best life and profit from that passion. See you next time. Bye-bye.